Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're back with another installation video on the C8 Corvette this time. As you can see here, we have the brand new V3R style spoiler. It is VZ10 2473. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna show you how to install it onto the C8 that you see right here. So we're gonna get right into that. So the tools you are gonna need for this installation is a socket tool. You are gonna need a 10mm socket, a 7mm socket as well, and then a little 6-point screwdriver. With the 7mm socket, what you are gonna do is you are gonna go ahead, and it is easier if you do this at a shop because you do need to lift up the car or just jack it up to go underneath. All over here at the bottom of the bumper to take off the screws, they all have the 7mm head, so that's pretty easy. Another way how you are gonna have to get inside to take off the screws is you are gonna have to remove the rear rims. Then after that, you're gonna go ahead and pop off the two mud flaps. So after you remove the rims, you are going to want to have to pop these off, the mud flaps that come with it. These are easy to come off, you just pull them off. All right, so once you got the rim and the mud flaps off, and then when you remove the two screws right here at the bottom that hold the inlay in, you're going to pull it back like this. And inside on the lining right here, there's going to be two more screws that have this, that take the 7mm, and then all the way in the back is going to be a screw that holds the bumper. That's the 10mm socket you're going to need. So once you get that removed, we're going to go ahead and lower the car down, so then we're going to show you where you're going to need for the start. All right, now that we have the car lowered down, we're going to go ahead and open up the rear trunk. So now once you pop open your trunk, we're going to go ahead and remove the 16 screws that you're going to use the 6-star point right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to start from right here and then work your way all the way around, and we're just going to go ahead and remove them. And I got all 16 of those off. And the next thing after is that on the edge right here, as you can see, I already have them off, but they're going to be these 4 little plastic hook things. All you have to do is just take them off. You just have to turn them yourself. Easy to come off. And once you get those off, you should be able to take off the bumper, which we're going to do right now. And then once you have the bumper off, you're just want to go ahead and disconnect the cables that go onto the brake lights. You're just going to go ahead and disconnect them. All right, there it goes. Once you have those cables conned up, there you go. All right, now that we got the rear bumper off, we're going to come over here and we're going to remove the hardware from the spoilers. So for the 2 end columns right here, the hardware that it holds is these 2 bolts that you are going to need a L key or anything that looks like a hex that fits it. And then the 2 middle come with 2 bolts that have that you're going to use the 10mm socket. So we're just going to go ahead and take off the hardware to remove this spoiler on, and then we'll go ahead and attach the other one. So these are the bolts, the hardware that go onto the 2 columns. So now that we remove the 2 on this side, we're going to go ahead and remove the 2 on the other side. All right, so now that we got the hardware off, we're just going to go ahead and pop off the spoiler. So there is 3M tape on the spoiler, so it is going to be a little hard to rip it off. You're going to be gentle, make sure also not to ruin the vinyl. And there we go. Get the other spoiler off. This is, just so you know, it is also the carbon fiber 2208. We also have this on the website if you want this style in. So now we got the spoiler off and I took off the 3M tape. I'm just going to go ahead and clean it a little bit with some soap water or alcohol, whatever you guys want to use, just to clear off the dust. Now we got that all wiped off and clean. We're gonna go ahead and go with the installation of the new spoiler. So what you are gonna want to do is line it up. That does line up flush. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the 2 bolts in the middle to hold the spoiler in place and to get a perfect lineup. So now we put the 1 bolt right here. So now I have it in place. I'm gonna go ahead and screw it in. And this, remember, it is the 10mm. Like that one hold, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the second one on. And then up. And I got those ones in, and we'll go ahead and do the two side ones. So since I did run into a little snag, I am gonna just go ahead and remove the two lights, which they are easy to take off. All the bolts that are holding them in are just a 7/0. That's all you need, just to like be easier for me to get into like the hole, more space to work around. So what you're just gonna have to do is just disconnect the two cords that plug into the rear lights, and then just remove all the bolts. Remember, it is a 7/0, so they're easy. I'll let the light hang. So I just took off the rear light right now. I didn't disconnect it because all you need to do is just remove the bolts on the side, and it just gives me more room to work into it so I can connect the spoiler. All right, now we're just gonna go ahead and put in this last screw in. And there you have it. We have the spoiler already installed onto the rear bumper. So we have two screws right here, two bolts in the middle right here, and then two more on the other side. All right, so now that we got the spoiler attached to the rear bumper, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go and reattach the rear lights back onto the bumper, and then we're gonna reattach the rear bumper back onto the Corvette. So now I got the rear headlights back onto the bumper. So now all we got left to do is just reattach the bumper onto the car, screw it back in, put on the rims, and we'll see it all from there. So basically now, after we have the bumper back into place, we're just gonna go ahead, reattach all the screws on the top right here. Same thing going for all the bottom with the 7mm. And then after that, we're gonna reattach the liner, then the mud flaps, and then you just put back your rims, and then we'll see it all from there. So now we got the car lifted right now. We're just gonna go ahead, and the first two screws I'm gonna go ahead and attach are the two that connect the rear bumper to the fender, which are all the 7mm sockets, all the same, even from underneath. So we're just gonna go ahead, start doing all that. Now I just gotta pop back in the mud flap. That one's in. So basically, now that I got that in, I'm just gonna go ahead and screw all of them back into place. Use these, and these are all the 7mm. Now we have all the bottom screws in, and then don't forget the two on the inside of the rear bumper that connects to the fenders, along with the 10. Now that we got all that connected, we're gonna go ahead and lower the car back down, put on the two rear rims, and that's about it. All right guys, well that's it for our installation video. This is the VZ10 2473, the V3R spoiler for this Corvette C8. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you guys want to see the process again of how to take off the rear bumper to be able to install, don't forget to click the link in the description down below, which is going to take you to a previous video from before, which was our previous spoiler installation. It has the same process that we had to do for this one. So if you guys just want to watch that again, just in case if I missed anything, just go ahead and click that link down in the description. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned and everything. Stay tuned for more products eventually in the future. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Thank you guys and appreciate you so much. See you guys next time.